Well, good morning, everybody. I'm up at Preparation Canyon. I haven't taken a whole lot of video because I've been here a couple times this year and I've got a couple other videos out. I'll put a link to those. I'm doing some training, obviously. It's cold weather, winter training. I know it doesn't look like it's cold right now, but it is. It's about 32 degrees this morning, got down to about 30 middle of the night. So below freezing, but not terribly cold. Cedar Ridge held up awesome. I have figured out one funny thing about the thermarest, and that is it is so slick that if you're on any kind of a slope whatsoever, you're going to slide. So I'm going to have to come up with some sort of solution for that. A buddy of mine, Camper 2020 classmate, had found a material that's what's inside a kitchen pad, and he was using it just as a bottom insulation, but I think I may try and make some sort of almost a sleeping bag for my thermarest, because he made a comment that it's a little more grippy and his sleep pad didn't slide around as much. So I may try that out for both the top and the bottom. I'll have to see how much it weighs, see how much the material is, but we'll find out. Kind of wanted to just chat with you for a little bit about what's in my pack. I've mentioned my big three in the previous video, my lunar solo shelter. You saw me set that up. My Cedar Ridge quilt, my thermarest sleep pad, and then this is my inflatable pillow. Otherwise, I have my trusty koala tree puffy that was a Kickstarter here recently. Absolutely love this. Incredibly warm. This is actually koala tree as well. This was also a recent Kickstarter. Great company. If you haven't ever checked out Koala Tree, give them a look. They really have got good stuff. But as you can see, this puffy packs into itself and makes an awesome pillow as well. So downside is if I ditch that in favor of this, then I'm carrying this with me the whole time because it just became my pillow. So, and originally I was planning on sending that north in a bounce box. What else have we got here? We've got my cook system behind me, which we'll talk about in another video. I'll go through that in more detail. Another buddy of mine, Wild on the Trail, also a classmate, just recently put out a video about his cook system, and man, I gotta give Wild props. He went into this fancy video. It was like a gourmet meal he made. And I'm a fat guy that likes food too, but I'm a lot less particular than he is. I'll just eat right out of the passeroni pack. I might throw in some pepperonis. You never know. So I probably won't cook for you on that video, but I will discuss what I've got in my cook system. What else have I got? I've got a little ditty bag here. It's got some Body Glide, some aspirin, tweezers, crikey, drawing a blank, a little tick removal kit, an extra lighter, some hand warmers in there. Nothing particular. There's been a lot of discussion lately about first aid kits and things like that. I have a first aid kit that I take when my kids are with me. It's a full-blown first aid kit, but I'm just not that concerned about it as far as when it's just me. I do have Leukotape. That seems to be a pretty standard addition to most people's packs, and I'm bringing the whole roll just in case. On my trekking poles, I have duct tape wrapped around my trekking poles for repair situations, so I have got that as well, but I couldn't tell you how many feet I did or anything like that. This is my clothes bag. Right in here I've got some shorts and a t-shirt, extra pair of socks and underwear, and I keep my thermals, my smart wool in here that I sleep in. However, this morning it is 32 degrees, so I did leave on the base leave on my pants. But that's, I'll go into a little bit more detail in another video on that as well. Got my Black Diamond Spot headlamp. I am partial to this. I've got a BioLite headlamp and then a couple of cheaper off-brands. The BioLite, I wanted to love that brand so badly because of its mission and what it's doing, but their products just have not performed for me. The BioLite headlamp doesn't have a lockout, so it turns on in my pack and it dies. It's useless at that point. This is only battery power. It doesn't have a USB recharge, but the trade-off I think is not that big a deal. The weight is pretty nominal. So in my pack I keep a pair of headphones, and this is that's my trekking pole selfie stick. Just clips right on the end of the trekking pole right there, and your phone clips in there. It's awesome. And then this is my electronics bag. You know what, I'm not going to get it all out, but I've got a 26,000 milliamp Anchor quick charger in there that I just upgraded literally on Black Friday. It only cost me like 36 bucks, which is the same as what I paid for my 20,000 milliamp Anchor charger. I've got a fast charge wall port, and then I've got some charging cables in there. I do carry my old phone, as well as the one that I'm recording on. My current phone is a Pixel 3. This is an old Samsung Galaxy S7. It was a good phone. My issue was with the service, not the phone. Camera's pretty good. This was what my earlier videos were recorded on. I carry this just as a backup camera, but also I've got music and I can put podcasts, videos, whatever on here, so that if I'm bored on the trail, I can use this battery instead of using my phone. And obviously I've got my cook system back here. I am using a Sawyer Mini at the moment. I also have a Sawyer, just a regular Sawyer squeeze that I've used until fairly recently. I wanted to try this out. So far I'm not terribly impressed with the flow rate compared to my regular Sawyer, and it's only like, I mean, it's like not even an ounce worth of difference, so I may end up swapping back to the other one. I'm still on the fence there. Either way, it's going to be a Sawyer squeeze that goes with me for my water filtering. And I carry 2 smart water bottles and just refill those as often as I can. They work well, they're light. I have a bunch of Nalgene bottles, and compared to that, there's almost like 5 ounces difference in weight just in the bottle, not even including water. So the Nalgene's just kind of had to go at that point. My trusty deuce of spades. If you ever have to take a crap in the woods, you want one of these. There's a whole book about that. Maybe I'll do a review on that book. I literally read a book that's called, I swear to God you can't make this up, and I'm not paraphrasing. The title of the book is How to Shit in the Woods. In my defense, I read that a long time ago. I didn't read that just for the AT, but maybe I'll have to do a review on that. It was kind of interesting. And then, I don't know how that ended up in the middle of my water, but then I've got my dirty bag here. It's a Canuck, and it is pronounced Canuck. I don't know. Everybody, for the longest time, I thought it was Seanock, just like everybody else does, but it's weird. And the thing I like about the Canuck versus the Sawyer bags, the dirty bags that come with that, is number one, it's more durable, but number two, it's got this zipper that comes off on the back, and this whole backside opens up, makes it far easier to fill than just trying to fill from this little screw-on end down here. And of course, my food bag, got my trusty Z-Packs Dyneema food bag. I use OpSack, block sacks inside of that just to be on the safe side. Again, my spoon. But I'll go over that when I talk about my cook system. As far as rain, the only thing I'm taking right now is a pair of cheap Frog Togs. I have a Marmot Precip jacket, but just the jacket weighs more than that whole set of Frog Togs. And that doesn't even include pants. So I think I'm sticking with that. And then of course, over there you saw me set up last night my Lunar Solo. So that's as far as primary gear. I'll talk about clothes in another video. I'll talk about cook system more specifically in another video, but that's what's in my pack. That's what's going to keep me alive for 4.5 months out on the Appalachian Trail while I trek from Georgia to Maine. I'm going to have some oatmeal and do some more hiking. Okay, so coming to the end of my adventure. Just about 9 miles total between the 6 today and 3 last night. So not a long hike, but I love this place. It's a great place to get out and train. Good hills, nice climbs, it's fun. As far as my gear goes, I'll post a link to my LighterPack page so you can see breakdowns on items, weights, things like that. I'll tell you what, people, we're getting close to 200 subscribers. That's awesome. I cannot thank all you that have come on board here recently, even close to enough. I'm so excited to share my adventures with you. And the big one that's coming up, obviously, the Appalachian Trail is going to be phenomenal. Maybe when I hit 200, I'll have to do something crazy. I don't know. We'll see. I really appreciate you watching. If you wouldn't mind, crush that like button, and if you haven't already, hit the subscribe and maybe even hit that bell so you get notified when I post new videos. That would be awesome. Appreciate it so much. Nice little stream down here. You know it, people. Wish you were here. And obviously I've got my cook system back here. I've got